At this suburban bookshop in Doylestown, Pennsylvania, shoppers can find a copy of Genderqueer, a graphic novel and memoir by Maia Kobabe. But as of last month, this book, which includes illustrations of sexual encounters, won't be found on shelves in local public high schools. An email from the Central Bucks School District's library coordinator instructed staff to remove all copies of this and another book within 24 hours. They were being removed under a new book challenge policy enacted last July by the Republican majority on the school district's board of directors. Opponents of the policy, such as Democratic board member Karen Smith, characterized it as a book ban.
I'm not sure what else you would call it, because the end result of the policy is that a book can be removed from the library, no longer available in the library, and in my mind, that's banning books.
But supporters of the book challenge policy, such as Shannon Harris, a parent, say it's aimed at removing explicit material and that calling it a ban is false and inflammatory.
The most horrible thing about all this is that our community has become divided because of things that have been put into the media that were misinformation.
This local book battle is playing out now in school boards across the U.S. Tabitha Delangelo is another Democrat on the CBSD board.
I think that what Bucks County has become is really this microcosm of the division that we see across the country, where people on both sides are so sure that they're right.
Pulling the two books, both reviled by conservatives around the country, was another hyperlocal victory in a broad national effort nurtured by Christian conservative groups to expand parents' direct control over what school staff can share with their children, particularly on matters of sex, identity, and race. At sometimes contentious CBSD board meetings last summer, critics took aim at Policy 109.2, while supporters read aloud from more explicit sections of books they believed had no place in schools. And then came this seemingly basic question posed by Democrat Delangelo to the Republican board members.
Who wrote this policy? I'm asking you, this was a brand new policy that no one has ever seen before, and you're telling me you don't know who wrote the policy.
It was given to me, and I know you need a boogeyman.
No,
you do.
I don't need a... But
and I'm not going to do that to anybody.
So then, Mrs. Vosbaum, do you know who wrote this policy? I mean, if we're going to approve a policy, shouldn't we know where it came from?
Republicans at the meeting refused to answer the question. Still, a vote approved the policy 6-3.
Motion carries.
According to two people involved in the drafting of Policy 109.2, it was written with advice and legal counsel from Christian nonprofit organizations, allied with the Washington-based Family Research Council and the Colorado-based Family Policy Alliance, that advocate for religious freedoms and against LGBT rights. The extent of those groups' involvement was not known even to at least 3 school board members until they were asked about it for this story. For help crafting the policy, the school board's Republican chair, Dana Hunter, said she contacted Jeremy Samick, senior counsel at the Independence Law Center and the Pennsylvania Family Institute. Hunter told Reuters that because Samick's group offered legal advice on a pro bono basis, she was under no obligation to inform other board members that she was working with him. Delangelo said it was wrong to involve groups that oppose LGBT rights in public school policy and unethical to do so in secret.
I do not support the fact that we solicited the advice of the Independence Law Center. I think that was a mistake on many levels, and including the fact that at least some of us on the board had no idea that was happening.
Advocates on both sides say the local fight has come at a personal cost.
Has it been hard for me as a mom, speaking out? Absolutely, but I can tell you that there are many parents who don't speak because of intimidation, feeling intimidated, feeling that they can't speak because they might lose their job.
We're fighting with people who we're going to bump into at Target, right? We're fighting with people whose kids love each other, and so it's made it. It's put strains not just on the school district, but on the community, and even on the kids.
And for some, the fight is far from over.
America has seen so much anti-LGBTQ plus legislature. You see it from the country, you see it from the state, you see it from your school. It almost feels like it's attacking you directly.
Leo Burchell is a transgender high school senior graduating in June. He said he's hopeful a new board might reverse course.
But I hope that in the fall, whenever different board members are elected, I hope that they change the tide of it, because we need to see better policies passed to protect queer kids.